Hey, welcome to the attic. I am Manadad, and sitting on the treadmill today. We are playing some Strixhaven Premier, best of one here. And we've got Blex. This looks fun. Pests, bats, insects, snakes, and spiders get +1/+1. I think really pests are the main thing you can make in this set with it. The other side, you get to search for Blex, look at the top 5 cards. You can put any number of them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. You lose 3 life for each card put into your hand this way. You gain a lot of life, that's good. Otherwise, Sign of Blood's decent. Been having a lot of luck with these Twin Scroll Shamans and pump spells. Found that to be a pretty good thing. Lumimancer, you have to be really aggro to make Lumimancer work, but it can be made to work. Serpentine Curve, you can kind of stack these. That's kind of a fun deck. From what I hear, have not played that deck. Okay, well, we got Environmental Science that immediately jumps out at me here. Mystical Archive here is opt, which is good. We could end up playing Blex in a non... doesn't do frogs, right? We could end up playing Blex in a non-Witherbloom, i.e. black-green deck. But I like Environmental Sciences. Frost Tricksters are really good. Campus Guide would also keep us pretty open. A rare missing from this pack, so we don't really know what the person passing to us immediately on our right is up to. Return Pass Caller can be quite good in Lore Hold. Okay, well, we've got Uncolor Snarl for Blex. Our Introduction to Prophecy is good. Eye Bat. Is that one of the things? Oh, that works with Blex, and I do like the Eye Twitch. I like it for the black-white aggro decks, and I like it for the Witherbloom deck, which likes to sacrifice things. So it is not an irrelevant 1-drop. Otherwise, not much here. Fracture is really a sideboard card, and you don't even have a need to use it in best of one. There's just not enough artifacts, enchantments, or planeswalkers running around to make it worth main decking. Overall, not the most strong pack. Rise of Exodus is a very good removal spell, which we could definitely play in Witherbloom. Actually, probably plays better in Witherbloom than in Silver Quill in white-black, because Silver Quill, in my opinion, should be very low to the ground, very low curve. We're gonna take our bat. Try to stay open. Well, here's Eliminate. That's great. Expand Anatomy is great. Spectacle Mage is a pretty strong sign that Prismari could be open. Another Serpentine Curve here. Academic Dispute's really strong. But I like Eliminate. We're looking like we're going to be black. Maybe should take Expanded Anatomy over it. It's tricky. Good instant speed removal, though. Kills Blex. Okay, well, there's a Witherbloom Apprentice, and a Witherbloom Campus, and a Leech Fanatic. So those are all strong signs that Witherbloom is going to be open for us. Otherwise, I'm seeing a lot of white here. God's Willing is totally playable, and no one expects it. It being a rare from the Mystic Archive. I think if you're in Witherbloom, you want Witherbloom Apprentice. Triggering those life gains. I think I'm going to take it. And you want Dino. I think we're just going to kind of cut people off of Witherbloom at the moment. I'd like to see these Leech Fanatics. I guess we'd like to see more things that make pests, like Hunt for Specimens. Village Rites would be good for us. Otherwise, looks like maybe Silver Quill is also looking fairly open, or something with blue. Maybe a Quandrix, because Snow Day is pretty decent. Frog Wizard. I feel like they missed a chance by having Blex not do frogs. Like, why snakes or insects, things that are not in this set? We'll take pests and see how many pests we can make. Moldering Karok is kind of replacement level. This is a pretty late Spectacle Mage. I don't know if I'd want to fully spec into Prismari. Whereas I could take a Beaming Defiance or a Steady Break. Like, we're probably more likely to move into Silver Quill here. But these are both good. You just feel invincible when you got a Beaming Defiance in your hand and the mana to hold it up. I guess I'll take this Steady Break though. I'd like to take the first Learn card probably. Environmental Sciences can go on the board here. Yeah, well, we'll take Unwilling Ingredient. Looking like a pretty low to the ground Witherbloom deck so far. Campus Guide is also tempting, and Zephyr Boots. I think maybe Zephyr Boots is best in Witherbloom. It doesn't really have flyers. Yeah, it could be Prismari is the actual open school here. I think Essence Infusion, you'd just rather have the +2/+2 in Vigilance lesson, the expanded anatomy. Just pretty much every deck, so I mean, if there is a deck it goes into, it would be Witherbloom, but and here, not a huge fan of Novice Dissector. I think I'm going to take the Defiant Strike again if we have to audible back over to. Okay, well, these Spectacle Mages are just going around. Let's just grab those. I mean, we could open a Busted Prismari thing next pack and just decide to go into Prismari. Take the Leech Fanatic. Well, unfortunately, red-black and blue-black are not really supported pairs. Green is looking pretty cut, I guess. It's a shame. I don't know if do we play the other side? I guess I'll take Detention Vortex. I don't really play Detention Vortex. Okay, well, Tangle Trap is not bad. We'd probably main deck that. Basic Conjuration. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature and put it into your hand. The rest on the library, and you can gain 3 life. Yeah, 3 mana dig for a creature versus Witherbloom Command, another sort of on-color rare. I think I'll take the Witherbloom Command, thank you very much. Not a lot else for Witherbloom here, though. Guess we're supposed to keep an eye out for Prismari stuff. Yeah, Lorehold gets the Pass Collar. Stonerise Spirit if we have to go into white-black, probably. Enthusiastic Study if we somehow ended up in red. I think that would be my choice there. Well, I guess we did a good job of cutting Witherbloom, because look, we got past a Beledros Witherbloom. I'll take it. Otherwise, we'd love an Inkling Summoning. A Lash of Malice. Bookworm. But we're not going to take it over an Elder Dragon. So this is a 4/4 flying. It makes a pest every upkeep. So that's our upkeep, that's our opponent's upkeep. So it's 2 pests per round of the table. And then the other ability, pay 10 life, untap all lands you control. Yeah, what? Probably not going to use that, but definitely play an Elder Dragon. Okay, so now green ramp also becomes a little more important for us to try and hit that. Tenured Inkcaster. You know, I rarely see this card, so I wonder if people take it pretty highly. Comes in, it puts a plus, and then whenever a creature you control with a +1 counter, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Okay, that's like a +1 counters build around. I think I'd rather just take Umbral Juke here. Also got a Mage Duel. We're not doing great on removal. We just kind of got Eliminate and Tangle Trap. I like this because the ability to sacrifice or the ability to make a flyer is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass the mage duel. Well, yeah, I'll take the Umbral Juke. We're not really sure green is even open. So we could get a Fractal Summoning, we could get Infused with Vitality. Kind of like the Infused with Vitality. We might wheel this though. I guess this will be a good test if we wheel it. Could also kind of be removal. Or we've only got one learn card too, so we're gonna have to look out for our learns. For our lessons, we just got environmental studies at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Fractal Summoning. That's a pretty good lesson. And there's the Inkling Summoning or the Demogoth Woe Eater. Again, the question is, like, we're not fighting anybody for Witherbloom. We can probably wheel this. Don't necessarily want to be sacrificing our pests. Tricky. This is already pick 5. I'm going to take the Inkling Summoning, because it is the best summoning by win rate in 17 lands. Okay, so now we can have the Amplimancer, or we can get that Infused with Vitality that we thought about in the other pack. We think we might wheel one. What's that curve look like? Hunt for Specimens makes a creature. We've got a fair amount of 2-drops, although the ones that are black-green are a bit rough. I'm going to take Infused with Vitality. Creative Outburst in the pack here, Prismari Campus. Prismari might still be open. I feel like we're pretty deep in Witherbloom. Oh, just a charge through here for us, unless we want to try to splash into. So, black splashes with white, and green splashes with blue. So we could get Burying Books or Decisive Denial. We're taking the charge through. I guess the charge through would work if we can wheel that 7/6. Let's see. Love to see the Professor of Zoomancy here. The 4-drop you can just play in any deck. Alright, so it's looking like blue maybe is our splash color that's most open. Whirlwind Denial. Tricky to splash that because it is a controller pays 4 thing, but we'll just take it. And I think we would need the Campus first. We could also just take a Leyline Invocation here. Take the Quandrix Campus. I really want that Decisive Denial, but I guess we saw another one going around, so. Alright, so Unwilling Ingredient or Bayou Groff here. We've already got 2 Unwilling Ingredients. I'm going to take the Groff. And another Quandrix Campus. I think blue is safely within our reach now. Let's take the lesson. And teach by, actually, we'll play that. We'll take Secret Rendezvous to build a Vault Progress and Resculpt. And I hope not to play that. Ooh. Okay, so new plan. Splashing white for Approach of the Second Sun is worthwhile. Probably gonna. So the best colors to play Approach of the Second Sun in, I think, is green blue. I saw LSV Louis Scott Vargas video where he played Quandrix splashing Approach of the Second Sun and then just plays a bunch of ramp and card draw and then just was able to win a bunch of games with it. So there's Introduction to Prophecy. Yeah, Tend the Pests. We didn't wheel the 7/6. I think we are fighting somebody else for Witherbloom, sadly. They just took it for Vault Progress. So we do splash into white. Combat Professor's great. We'd like to splash into white now. Otherwise, I don't know what we take. Professor's Warning, Amplimancer, those are all very replacement level cards. We could take an Introduction to Annihilation. That's not that exciting to me. I want that green ramp, and I want Silver Quill lands to splash. Okay, well here's Blood Researcher. I think we have to take that. We'd love the Introduction to Prophecy. But since it does seem like somebody else is in Witherbloom, we got to go back to taking Witherbloom fairly highly. Okay, there's the Cultivate. That's nice. That can help us get our white mana too. Otherwise, ooh, Cram Session. We'd like to get that also. Infuse with Vitality. We got one of those already. I don't actually have like a pest summoning thing either for our Blex. Cool. Abandoned Enemy, Blood Researcher, Witherbloom, Pledge Mage. Yikes. Well, if there's a Witherbloom drafter, I think it's only one of them, so I think we're going to take the Expanded Anatomy here. Campus Guide could help us splash. We'll just take Dinah to further cut off Witherbloom. I think we'll take the Village Rites. That can be good with the Approach of the Second Sun. Bring that in. And yeah, I don't know. I think we may not have gotten as fast a deck as we would have liked here. There's the Access Tunnel. Get another Biograph, I guess. Leyline Invocation is interesting. Only have the one piece of ramp. There's the Tend the Pests. We don't have like a huge creature to sacrifice. I guess the Grafts, right? We could turn the Grafts into 5 Pests with Blex out and then swarm people. Otherwise it's that or a Leech Fanatic. Would want more combat tricks though. Well, speaking of combat tricks, there's that. Letter of Acceptance might be worth playing if we're going to try to pull off the Approach of the Second Sun build of the deck. The big if. We can also just take Arcane Subtraction and try to splash blue instead. And a late Rise of Exodus. That also learns, which is good. Triangle Trap in the sideboard for now. Third Colony. Okay. Flex doesn't do anything with squirrels, does he? No. Flex, I'm disappointed in the pests that you buff. Go blank, I guess. Better for a deck where we're trying to get to the late game. The Karak. Novice Dissector. Alright. Not super thrilled about this. This deck here. So we have Campus Guide as a way to get white. And we have the Environmental Sciences, which can be gotten by Hunt for Specimens. And the Rise of Exodus. Ooh. Rough. Yeah, I don't think we got enough white that we want to bring Combat Professor. The question is, are we going to get enough to get to the late game with this deck? Do we have enough, like, life gain? So these drops are more like 5 drops. The Scourge Colony for now. Witherbloom Command. I think this is good. We can destroy non-creature permanents. Do a drain. Maybe it's not that good. We ended up with the one blood researcher. Yeah, we trusted too much that nobody else was in Witherbloom. Maybe we sent too strong signals that Witherbloom was open and somebody else moved in on it. I'll go down to 2 plains. More black than green. Let's go 8 swamp, 7 forest, 2 plains. And there are cuts here. So I twitch unwilling ingredient, so maybe we don't need 10 the pests. I don't think, I guess we could eat the Grofs and the Professors are like the best thing to tend the pests on, and that's just 3 cards. So that's a cut. Witherbloom Apprentice. And this can be a nice engine. I'll play Witherbloom Command because I'm curious. I'd charge through. I don't know that we have anything that we need to charge through on, maybe. So it does draw us deeper into our deck, which is nice, and trigger all of the I guess we have a decent amount of Magecraft, right? 1. No, just the 1. We have a decent amount of gain life synergies. Alright. The Plant Dog. Blex does not buff plants or dogs. Blex, what good are you? Alright. Let's go to the matches, but before that, I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed, anybody who comments, likes, or whatever. Just a small channel, and everything you do like that helps get us more viewers, so I appreciate that. And with that, let's go to matches. Okay, so make your predictions. If you think this deck can get more than 3 wins, hit the thumbs up. And if you think it will get less than 3 wins, hit the thumbs down. Now that you've seen this opening hand, which is a keeper in my book. We're a long way from approaching, but we do have Cultivate. And an unwilling ingredient on turn 1 can chip in for a lot of damage. Okay, well, we're up against an aggro deck. This could get rough. We got Environmental Sciences A. We'll village rats off the unwilling ingredient next turn. Doesn't matter which one we put down. I can gain some life though. See how fast this aggro deck can hit. They're searching to make their land drops. That's a good sign. Wow, we're to a forest. Let's hit for one and then sacrifice it, see what we get. More lands? How many lands did I put in this deck? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of our top 15 cards have been lands. Okay. I will decline. Thank you very much. We're going to hit our approach of the second sun ahead of curve. Really would have liked to get the learn card that lets us dig down deeper in our deck. Well, it's got an Archway Commons in their Silver Quill deck. Maybe they're not Silver Quill. Maybe they're the ones that audibled into Witherbloom. Essence Infusion, yikes. Yeah. Snow blocks. Elegant Poet. Sure. Oh, we could head for specimens. But we'll do that another turn. Now let's see. I have attacks with Campus Guide. Kind of. Yeah, not worth the bother. That's the turn. Ooh, dramatic finale. Better than Blex. They're gonna pay 2 life? Sure. Go for it. I think we'll just block there. For the old specimens. We want a giant fractal, or we want an inkling to just trade with that 2/1? This will take the giant fractal. Could in fact make it a 3/3 and hold up Professor's Warning, but I don't think we want to do that. I think we'll just pass the turn. Can make it even super huge next turn. Jam session. Okay. Well, we really are going to have to beat this opponent with the approach of the second sun here. We're going to expand on the poet, yeah. Go ahead and block the 3/3. Umbral Juke. Interesting. If I make them sack, they'll do the Star Pupil, they'll put it on the Poet, so that's not going to help us out. So let's just make a big Fractal. I think we want +6. Sorry. It is indestructible. Uh-oh. Yes, well, you have a big flyer. Umbral Juke is going to be quite good. Oh no, they made a token. Shoot. Guess that's instant speed. Let's just pass the turn. An Inkling. Hope they don't have instant speed removal. The old Tangle Trap is looking better here. Down to 1 life, but approach is still 4 cards deep. Yeah, okay, they got us. I have no idea why they're splashing a 3rd color. They got some really cool bomb, or maybe they just thought it was worth it for getting Dramatic Finale down. No, because they're just black-white. I don't understand. Alright, better luck the next game. Okay, so I took out a Bayou Graph, put in Approach of the Second Sun. We're up against the most valuable player, though, so we'll see how that goes. Well, we got Eye Twitch on 1, yeah. And we got the Blex to buff it. We go with their evasive 1-drop. Other big 7-drop here. Maybe we should be running 18 lands. Ooh. So maybe I have to start revising how I feel about Essence Infusion, because we're getting stomped by it today. Okay, it's a black-red deck? Oh, you know, just your usual Rakdos. Yeah, I guess now that Blex is dead, we'll look to see if we can trade off this iTwitch. Problem is we don't have anything to deal with that unwilling ingredient. VP, thinking hard. Twin Scroll Shaman, yeah. They are totally... What is this? Maybe just make a big fractal here is our play. Oh, we got Beledros. We don't have to make it yet. We get the Tangle Trap this time. Not looking good in this game. Yeah, Beledros hold up Professor's Warning, that seems good. So I have a feeling they're going to come downhill with that Twin Scroll Shaman. Decide to eliminate first. Problem with Professor's Warning is there's so many exile effects in this. Well, the aggro decks are definitely out today. So we can double block on the unwilling ingredient. I'm just going to pass the turn though. One has shown they are full of combat tricks. Probably a Plex Assistant, yeah. Okay, so they're going to be able to kill the Graf next turn. Care to attack opponent. They would not. If I make a big fractal, they'll kill it. So let's get in with Beledros. Beledros is my opponent's nightmare here. Oh, I wonder if they have a way to bring back the Biblioplex Assistant if they're... Yeah. Happens. Make the world's biggest fractal on you, though. Now they could have the pump spell for the Twin Scroll Shaman. Infuse with vitality. Okay, that could be good. One, two, three, 4, 8 total. Question is how big I should make this. I think I'm just going to max it out. Right, or so it can be x equals 7. Making a pest every turn is my opponent's nightmare here. Color drop warden, okay. Kind of my nightmare. Not attack, that's good for us. Rise of Extus, interesting. Yeah, what do we take out here? That's the pillar drop warden. And the eliminate. Already brought that back once. We can get expanded anatomy, we could get inkling summoning. Inkling summoning is gonna widen our board here. Move back to 7/7 for one more turn. Because we got him in 2 turns in the air here anyway. Plus we got a way to take over the air. I'll just hold that up for a combat trick, I suppose. Use that with vitality. Well, it's not giving up though. Beledros Witherbloom, Beledros Witherbloom. They go to -13. Alright. I play better. 1-1. Up against Elite Jan. Strawberry Jan. Or somebody who was born January 13th, 1937. Very old Magic player. I mean, I guess I'll keep it. No green is rough. Maybe you should just mulligan because approach is kind of a dead card here. Although if we get... yeah, we'll just mulligan. This is a better hand. We're getting this Tangle Trap. Oh, it took a mull too. Seems to have no problem getting our planes in this deck here. The 2-drop. Pilgrim of the Ages. Against the lower hold value. No blocks, thank you. Approach of the Second Sun, just can't get away from it. This lets it gain life. That gives us a pest that will gain some life. Triggers. Ooh, Radiant Scroll Wielder. That is a rare. Think of your upkeep, exile instant sorcery at random from your graveyard. You can cast it this turn. Huh. Just trade off with their whole board. I worry what they're going to play next turn. And the Witherbloom Apprentice. If we get a chance, we can infuse with Vitality here. Perfect. I do like that infuse with Vitality. Your creature gets -3, -1. Your opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Seems alright. Target a creature. Okay. Blood Researcher looking pretty strong here. If I were them, I'd just put the Illustrious Historian in the graveyard, because they can always make a 3/2 with it. Oh, nice. Well, now that we got the... I was going to hunt for specimens here. We can just Professor's Warning. Triple blocking on it. Yeah, at the risk of them having some kind of damage-based spell. That was a concede. Alright, back to a winning record here. Blex and Beledros. The old all-black hand. Alright, well, we'll keep it, because maybe we can trade one of these off and draw into green. Like our opponent's avatar here. That Quintorius. That Magnifiquent. We draw a green. We'll be quite happy. Ooh, look at that. Quandrix. Putting us in a quandary. There's no reason to... They could have the frog, I guess. Frog can't block this because it's got menace. They could have counterspell. Nope, it did not. Glad we didn't play around it. Oh, Teamer. Natural Teamer. Playing Ravnica lands. Well, it's got some serious sense of style over here. Picking out the Witherbloom Apprentice instead of the Blood Researcher. That's interesting. Guess they're worried I was going to unload a bunch of spells next turn. Oh, opponent, little do you know about my hand. Okay, well, I got Beledros. Another unwilling ingredient. Maybe they'll kill one and we can draw with it, because I guess our goal here is to run our opponent out of removal. It is rough that it's a 4/4 for 7 mana. And it does start immediately making more power and toughness. This where I don't mind flooding out. Maybe I'll keep one of these guys back to block the Vortex Runner. So we can draw with it. Might be a mistake. We might wish we just chipped in 2 damage every turn. If the opponent were to stall out. do not appear to be able to. Okay. 3/3 fractal is not too bad. Umbral Duke. So yeah, we're gonna have Beledros next turn. So do that, we can make a 2/2 flyer. Instant speed. Force them to sacrifice one of these things. Maybe I'll make a 2/1 flyer as they attack. Just to see if we can get them to burn some removal. On the flyer rather than the dragon. No blocks. Casting that into open blue mana. They holding back. They had it. Alright, let's just send in the Inkling. I want to block with the Unwilling Ingredient. Maybe on the Illustrious Historian. Witherbloom command. -1. Oh, did I forget to pop that off? No, I was tapped out for Beledros. They immediately get to make that? Well, it was a sorcery speed spell, so I didn't have much choice. Well, Unwilling Ingredient first. Campus Guide. Sure. Decline. 2/1 blocks the 3/2. 3/3 I'm not going to block with because it can get bigger and eventually block stuff. Really need to find a way to stop that Vortex Runner though. Let's go no attacks. Could probably hit land 8 here. Yep. Could have attacked with the Blood Researcher. Okay, well. Don't last very long. The Vortex Runner anyway. We need like a Rise of Extus here, maybe? Get some power. They totally killed my... Maybe I could have removed the 6/6 here. Yeah, they're only attacking with the 6/6. Bayou Gruff. Okay, 3, thank you. I just want Eye Twitch as a chump blocker. Almost got 3 cards in hand. We could have a pump spell here. Nope. What can I learn here? I guess a big fractal summoning was good for us. What do we got? Do a 5/5? Okay, let's go Scryland. Heck for lethal, they gotta chump the 5/5. A Leech Fanatic. Hate to beat up on a soulless kid, but you know. He did kill Beledros. That was rough. Oh wow. The gold already. We just hit silver. Okay. Up against Judge Dredd. Here. Looks like a nice low to the ground hand. That's what I like to see. You play the Leech Fanatic ahead of the Dyna. Then you can drop the Dyna next turn. And I mean, if you can get in for the life gain. We are going second here. Goes on the back foot a bit. As a druid. But there's no shortage of draw spells in Quandrix. You don't have to draft them very highly. Good draw spells too. Mentor's Guidance you can also play in Prismari. Womp, so I can play Dyna and attack with the Leech Fanatic. Would you care to block opponent? They would not. End the turn. We'll play the planes next just to make them afraid. Ooh, Augment your Pugilist, yeah. That's a card. Oh. Are Professor's Warning now? No, I don't think so. Village Rights that guy just to try and get some more action. Guess I won't. Tempting. Karak Wrangler, that's a must kill. Fortunately, you need 2 more mana before I can start killing, and they're going to have a turn where they untap with it. Yeah, I think it's time to just cash this guy in, see if we can get something. Cultivate. A bit late. Well, we're good if we get our 7 drops here. Plenty of land. Decisive denial. Is it just a straight up fight? It's a straight up fight, right? What's it up here? I should have made it indestructible. Oh well. And no blocks here because I do have the Infuse with Vitality. Just have to get a big hit. Fortunately, I can't leave that up and Rise of Exodus. Oh, that's rough. Like a campus guide. That's the turn. Hope they continue putting all their counters on the Amplemancer. This is the lesson they got, so it's not that great. They could put it on the Amplemancer, I guess, and make it 6/6/7/7. Very close to popping this Pugilist. Not even attacking with the Pugilist. A bounce spell for their final trick. Memory lapse. Okay. Fine. We have just enough mana to turn this frog into a card. Am I most afraid of the 8/8? 8/8 trample? I guess so. Oh, we hate to for them to get back Mentor's Guidance, I guess. Get a big ol' Fractali. Fractalicious. I'm glad we took this. This has been our go-to. Alright, I think they kind of know we gotta... Oh, they've seen this. Somehow they've seen this in our hand. Oh, right, because they memory lapsed it. Guess we should have blocked the Amphimancer. It's the more dangerous one. Okay, they didn't pump the Amphimancer, though. That's good. We'll decline that. They ley line invocation, make a 7/7. We can make a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of our own. Not looking good here. Looking quite bad, in fact. And they just double up the Amphimancer. Kaboink. On to the next game. Up against Even, the you Steven. We got our Blex. We got a thing that makes a pest. I like it. We even get to go first. And we get to 3 wins with this deck. The Campus Guide, make sure we're going to hit Professor Zoomancy. I think I'll do that. So make sure we get our white mana. Oh, they are Witherbloom too. A. They've got removal. I have a feeling Blex is not long for this world. Okay, Callous Blood Mage. Solid card. We would elect one of those. Actually no attacks. Let's just get down to the Professor. We don't want to do a trick and then not be able to... If we had a second green there, we could double spell with these, but we don't. So we won't. Another reason not to splash in Witherbloom. I mean, look at all this low curve stuff with green-black. Ain't scared of no Groff. Doo 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 doot. Dee 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 doo doot. Dee 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 doo doot. Dee 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 doo doot. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Professor of Zoomancy. Something weird, and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Professor of Zoomancy. Would prefer to pop that when I had the Blood Researcher out. That was a good move on opponent's part, sacking the Dyna. I guess they could have double blocked with the Dyna if they suspected we had something. They have a Demogoth Woe Eater. Yep. Well, we can save that to discard. Opponent really got us with that thing. Not super into what Blex is selling here. Demogoth. Demogoth. pump spell, I guess, here. Mess this up. We do also have open mana. They had the infuse with vitality. Making a mighty big blood researcher. Guess we'll play out this green. Now they gotta lose Dino. Or sacrifice it. Oh, Rise of Exodus. What are we gonna get? I think flyers are good against them. We just get another big fractal. We'll close out the game pretty fast with Expanded Anatomy. This Expanded Anatomy hasn't been that great in this deck. Maybe we picked it too highly. Get the big old fractal. Well, that's kind of flooding out to you. Culling Ritual, okay. Pretty good. Hey, luckily that was all they got. Ooh. Can I not cast this? I'm mana short? Probably should have waited another turn, right? Till after I made the fractal. Approach is not looking real great. Professor's Warning is looking great, though. They try to kill a creature here. Channel. Okay. Good game. A 45. Love it. Nice. And we'll just finish him off. We don't get fancy. Opponent was a good sport there. Making our creature a 45. Alright, 4-2 with the Witherbloom. If we can get to 5 wins, we can make enough gemmies. Pay for another draft. Well, it goes first. I guess we'll keep it. Really not enthusiastic about this Tangle Trap here. I hit a Resumancy Professor on curve though. Maybe be able to get it to come back and make another pest. This card is really good for ETBs. It's good for the pests, right? Okay, Blood Reaser. Now that's a card. They play a flyer here. This is instant speed, yeah. Pests. They played nothing. Well, you know what? I should have played a swamp because then I could have played unwilling ingredient and held up the infuse. As it is, I think I better get down the blood researcher. They've probably got something here. They don't just hold up the 3-mana to Umbral Juke or something. Can't just take a turn off. Okay. Don't feel like the blood researcher is worth it. No blocks. Spiteful squad. Yeah. So we could get this down. We could take a hit. Spiteful squad. I think that's what we're gonna do. This has menace. I'll keep pressure back on them. Next turn, unwilling ingredient, and the infuse with vitality, hopefully on the Zoomancy Professor. No blocks. Big flyer, big flyer. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna need double green. So, green, white. Play that. Play the frog. The question is what I want to get in with team. Their Spiteful Squad dies, that plus up the first year. Yeah, I think we're just about to race them. Maybe just save this for removal spell. What the? 2/4 double strike. Graveyard to your hand, okay. Well, that's a bomb. That's a mythic level bomb. Well, if we kill a creature, they can just get it back. I think we're no blockskis. Oh, good. Professor's warning. We got Infused with Vitality backed up by Professor's warning here. I do not block this Professor. Zoomancy. D-Spark. That's an exile effect. Oh, let me just look up the text of D-Spark, because apparently I can't read it in this. I think it has to do with converted mana cost, aka mana value. Yeah, it's an exile effect. So neither of these are going to help. So yeah, that happens. Pest. Indestructible won't affect that. Yeah, well, I guess we'll infuse it with Vitality. Not going to get the Death Touch, unfortunately. But we're dead if we don't have a blocker. Does return to the battlefield, right? Nope. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we gained enough life. We're not quite dead. Or they are at 8. We'd have to plus up the Blood Researcher twice. Or draw Approach of the Second Sun, maybe? That was a good top deck. Study break. Okay. But I think we're still dead. Opponent had the nuts hand there. I guess that's only 8 damage, but if they cast Inkling Summoning, we're dead. Yeah, okay. Their removal lined up great with our removal counters. And that was all she wrote. But 4-3 actually was a winning record with this deck. Let's take a look at it. Maybe it was a mistake to run Approach of the Second Sun. We never once won with it. Did make our mana slightly worse, although I don't think it ever... There were a couple times where I went and got a plane. There was the one time I got in planes and I could have double spelled. Maybe that was a mistake. The Tangle Trap was a dead card a lot of the time. I think it justifies why I don't main deck it normally. Otherwise, what did we leave in the board? 10 the Pests. That would have helped us out in that last game situation. We never took Expanded Anatomy. We were constantly taking Fractal Summoning. Part of that might be because our learned cards like this one, it's dependent on when it dies. Hunt for Specimens is the only one we could do early. And we didn't really draw it early. Rise of Exodus is a late learn card, so that one is another one that makes you want to get Fractal Summoning. And then the Scourge Colony, this might actually have been okay, because we were often hitting lots of lands. I don't think we were that threatened by flyers, but the reach could have been good. Go blank probably would have been good in some situations. Crash through. Hard to say. Maybe could have put in Study Break, Combat Professor, run more white. I do think the Blood Researcher was quite good. We just needed a few more ways to gain life, and we could have maybe pulled out that last game. Anyways, Witherbloom, Blex, and Beledros. Pest friends for life. If you watch this far, leave a hashtag Pest Friends Forever. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Manadad. Adios.